this is Makeda of the Boston Badoofs, and today I'm going to go over my Season 3 draft of the SCL, showing you what I drafted for my team and why I drafted it. Hopefully this can give you a little bit of insight on how to draft your team, what to think about while you're picking, and this time was a little different because we did it on our own time because there was 14 people in our draft. So we kind of, I mean, there's no way to get 14 people together, so we just kind of did it on our own terms when it was our turn, and overall I'm pretty happy with my team, so I hope this will show you how to pick an extremely powerful team when you're drafting one of your own, and let's get right into it. So first of all, my first pick was G-Max Venusaur. I was very happy to get this right off the bat. I was pick number 7, I was right in the middle, and I was very happy this was still available because last season G-Max Charizard was the top kill leader of all time, because Charizard is extremely powerful, but G-Max Venusaur gets the same G-Max ability, but G-Max attack, but grass, and is way bulkier. So I felt like Venusaur was going to be extremely powerful because one thing that Charizard is forced to do is run heavy duty boots or run some kind of berry that resists rock attacks because it's going to die in one hit from a rock attack. So the cool thing about Venusaur, it doesn't have any overlying 4 times weaknesses. It's very bulky, and because it's bulky, that means you can run HP on it as a G-Max, which you don't really want to do on Charizard because you want that speed or you want that attack or special attack, whatever you're running. But the cool thing about Venusaur is its ability Chlorophyll means that its speed is doubled in the sun, which means even though it's base 80 and typically really slow, if I can get the sun up, it doesn't have to worry about having investment in HP and special attack because its speed's going to be doubled anyway in the sun. So I can get away with not running speed or not running much speed because its speed is going to double when I get that set up. So it's very powerful. It gets great utility in knockoff, Leech Seed, great coverage on both sides. It gets Earth Power and Earthquake. Unfortunately, it only gets Sludge Bomb for a good poison stab, but that's fine. And it's just overall a really solid, powerful Pokemon, and I'm really excited to use it this season. So, my second pick was a debate between 2 Pokemon, one of them being a Alolan Marowak and the other being Volcarona. And the reason that I was fighting between these two is because Venusaur primarily is a special attacker, and I wanted to give myself a good balance in my team, so I wanted some good physical and special. And my top 2 picks, I was hoping to equalize them, but it didn't end up happening, and I went with Volcarona, and the reason for that is Volcarona is just so strong. It's probably the strongest A-tier pick that I could have chosen. Yes, it's an A-tier, so I haven't picked my S-tier yet, so I decided to pick him because I felt like Volcarona is extremely powerful, especially when I'm drafting a Sun team. Its ability Flame Body can get some unexpected burns. It's after Equipment Dance, it basically sweeps anything that it has coverage for, so that's why I chose Volcarona. Alolan Marowak was a very close second, but I also didn't want to draft too many fire types, as you'll see in my later picks, because, I mean, then I'll be one-sided. Even though Venusaur is a swatter, I still wanted that extra balance, so I picked Volcarona. Base 100 speed is really solid, especially after Equipment Dance, and base 135 special attack means it's going to hit hard no matter what. Even if I don't get Equipment Dance off, it's still fast and can still hit something hard. It's another Pokemon that benefits greatly from heavy duty boots, so I don't have to worry about Stealth Rocks or anything. I don't have to bring a spinner all the time, but I probably will, as you'll see in a minute. So my third pick is an interesting one, kind of off the rails for what I have so far, and that's Porygon2. The reason I drafted Porygon2 is because, one, he's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. This adorable little duck can really mess you up. It's a solid B-tier pick, extremely bulky, and it runs Eviolite. And in this draft league, we're running the item clause, which means each Pokemon has to run a unique item. Which is really good because if Porygon2 is always running Eviolite, nothing else on my team can run Eviolite or can't even use it. So it's a solid pick that gives me a free slot to put something else on other Pokemon. I really like Porygon2 because it also allows me to run Troop Room, you'll see with my other picks, they all benefit greatly from that. As well as Venusaur, if I decide not to run Chlorophyll, I can run a slow Venusaur with Trick Room. So, it gives me lots of flexibility. It's great coverage. It's extremely bulky. And my other two Pokemon mitigated side effects, so that's pretty great. It's new to the DLC, so I really wanted to try him out this season. And so that's why I picked Chlorophyll. It's just such a great Pokemon. Now, for my fourth pick is actually my S tier. I decided to pick it later, but I still wanted to pick it soon because it is very powerful, and that is Azumarill. So this fits my playstyle of bulky offense pretty well. I was trying to play a little differently this season, so I went more aggressive early with like Volcarona and all that, but in the end it still looks like bulky offense. But Azumarill is great because it gives me a strong water type. Strong water type, it gives me priority. It gives me a fairy type, so it has two great types. Priority, it has huge power, so it doubles its attack. It's gonna basically deal with all the fire types that the other two Pokemon that I drafted don't want to deal with, and kill them with an Aqua Jet. Although it is strange to pick an Azumarill for a Sun team, I understand, because its main stab, which would be water, is mitigated by the sunny weather, but I opted for Azumarill anyway because two, I could run it as, or one, I could run it bulky if I wanted to and not have to rely on the damage. It gets Scald, it gets some good utility, and two, I could use it before I set up Sun. It's still hit really hard. It also gets knocked off, it gets Liquidation, it gets Close Combat and Superpower as a fighting stab, or not stab, fighting attack. It gets Play Rough. It's just great, really hard-hitting physical moves that can help me deal with opponents early, especially with a Choice Band, or if I even Belly Drum as a way to sweep. So Azumarill's solid. I wanted a bulky water type, and this one is bulky and offensive, so I felt like it was the best choice. Plus, none of the other S tiers really stuck out to me, especially for this team, so I just felt like Azumarill was the best bet. So, next up, we have Torkoal, who is my second B tier, and probably the most important for this team because of its ability Drought, which automatically sets up Sun when he's sent out. So the cool thing about Torkoal is it greatly supports my team so far. So I have a lot of Pokemon that benefit from the Sun, and I have a lot of Pokemon that benefit from Trick Room. So Torkoal specifically benefits from Trick Room greatly. It's got a pretty good offensive stats, like not great, base 85 attack and special attack, but the base 140 defense is fantastic, base 20 speed is great, and it gets good moves like Eruption and Lava Plume, and great supporting attacks as well, like Rapid Spin, and it gets Stealth Rocks and all this stuff. So I think Torkoal could be a real monster against the right opponent in Trick Room because of how powerful moves like Eruption are at full health. And the fact that it sets up Sunny Day automatically means that it's just a great Pokemon to support my team. Even if it doesn't do anything, I just send it out, it dies, and I have Sun Up, and I can send out Venusaur and start sweeping with Chlorophyll. So it's just great in that regard. It's the second fire type, but I feel like it's necessary because the other Pokemon, which was Ninetales, was taken. And that was not really essential to my team because it's not bulky. I felt like a bulky spinner would be great on my team compared to a fast special attacker, which I already have. So it also allows him to come in multiple times if I need him to with Drought because of how bulky he is. So that's why I picked Torkoal. Next up for my last B tier, I picked Bronzong, and the reason I picked Bronzong is because it can set up both Sunny Day and Trick Room, and it is a Steel type, and I didn't have a Steel type yet. So I feel like Bronzong is going to be definitely really powerful on my team. It gets Levitate, so it's immune to ground types, and if I'm feeling cheeky, I could take Heat Proof to make it have fire damage. But really what I wanted it for was the ability to set up Trick Room and Sunny Day. So it also runs screens, it gets some good coverage, can can trick, it can body press, it can do all kinds of things, and it gives a great typing in addition to my Porygon or something else on my team, like my Venusaur is weak to Psychic. It's a great counter to that. So overall, I think Bronzong is a solid pick. Another fire weakness, but as you see so far, that's not really a problem. But everything except Venusaur can pretty much deal with fire types pretty well. Maybe Volcarona too. But for the most part, it's a very solid steel type. Gives me that extra defense. And it sets up both Trick Room and Sunny Day if I decide to run that. So getting into my C's, which is all that is left, I noticed that all my Pokemon were basically special attackers, and so I tried to mitigate that with my C tiers, and there's a lot of solid C tiers this season, so right off the bat I decided to pick Passimian. Passimian mostly because last season Passimian was very strong. It did really well against a majority of teams that the Jacksonville Jolteons brought it in with. As a C tier, it was like, I believe, 3rd or 4th place as the kill leader of the season as a C tier, which is insane. So he's really powerful. I wanted to try him out for myself. He's got a great base 80 speed. It's not the best, but it's good with a solid 120 attack. I needed a fighting type, and this one has fantastic coverage. It gets Seed Bomb, Gunk Shot, fighting moves, knockoff, U-turn, you name it. It's just great. Fantastic. So I decided to pick Passimian as my fighting type. I was between him and Hitmonchan, but I decided to pick Passimian because even though Hitmonchan is more bulky, I needed the speed, even though it's barely faster. Defiant is really nice. There's a couple sticky web users I'm gonna have to face, so I decided to go for Passimian. Just because I feel like how powerful he did last season was a very deciding factor for me. So picked Passimian as my first C tier. And next I picked Scyther, who got really interesting buffs in the new DLC because they gave him a new move called Dual Wing Beat, which is on Technician Scyther is basically base 180, because Dual Wing Beat goes to base 90. It's a base 60 attack that hits twice, so oh, it's only base 40. Am I tripping? So, oh yeah, stab. So it's a base 40 attack, Technician boosts that to 60, and it hits twice. So that's base 120 with stab, making it base 180. So it gets a really strong flying attack. I didn't get any flying types yet, so I decided physical flying type would be very powerful, like Scyther. So I picked Scyther, even though it's another bug type, another heavy duty boots benefitter, another Eviolite user. So it's not the perfect synergy with my team, but I feel like in the right matchup it's going to be extremely strong. And so I decided to grab it now while it's new, try it out, and have some fun with it. And I think it's going to be really solid, especially since it's base 105 speed. I mean, a lot of my team is very slow. The fastest thing before this was Volcarona at base 100, and everything else was like significantly lower. So I picked Scyther. I'm really hoping he does some work this season, but I don't really see it happening yet. The matches I have early, it can't really do much, so we'll see. Third, I decided to draft another support mon, and I went with Liepard. 1, because it's extremely fast. 2, it's awesome looking. It's a giant cat with a sickle for a tail. And 3, it gets Prankster. And Prankster Sunny Day is something I could really benefit from as a backup to losing Torkoal. Additionally, it's immune to other Prankster users, and there's a couple out there that I'm afraid of. It gets good priority. It could boost with Nasty Plot if I want, but typically that's not going to happen. And it gets like Encore Thunder Wave and just some overall AIDS Prankster sets, and I think it's so fun. And it's just a really cool Pokemon, and as someone who didn't draft a Dark type, I felt like a Prankster Sunny Day user on a Sun team would be very beneficial. That could also status the opponent if I really needed it to. So that's why I picked Liepard. It's also really cool. One of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 5. I've been stuck doing Nuzlocke with just Liepard before because everything else dies and it's just there to carry me, which is strange because its stats aren't honestly the greatest. 88 offense. offenses and low defenses, but that speed is really useful, so I'm happy I picked it up. I think Prankster Sunny Day is going to come in handy in some very niche circumstances, but I'm going to make it work. So that's why I picked Lipard. And my last pick, this was a little tough one because I really didn't know what I wanted to pick, but I wanted something that could benefit from the sun. And I opted to go with Gourgeist. So Gourgeist is interesting because it has 4 forms, but the reason I really picked it was because it gets base 99 speed in a small form, which is very nice because its attack is lowest at 85 in that mode, but it's a fast ghost type, so it works well with Porygon too. That's a grass type, so it benefits from sun. That reveals enemies' items with Frisk, which is another great ability. With Shadow Sneak. And it's fast enough to benefit from like a Choice Scarf or something. So I really thought it has potential on this team. It also gets, does it get Solar Blade? No, it doesn't, but it also gets Trick Room, so that's nice. It gets a lot of interesting coverage moves. It gets Mystical Fire and stuff, even though you're gonna pretty much run physical every time because special is very low. It still gets that as options. And I felt like Frisk is such an underrated ability and not on very many good mods. And since I have a Sun team, I felt like Gourgeist is the most beneficial. And I really wanted a Ghost type, so I went with Gourgeist. And that's my team. Check it out. Overall, it's pretty solid. Oh, spoilers on the right. Don't look at the scores yet. I mean, I guess it's just the KD. You don't know what the result is. But I feel like my team is less diverse than it usually is. But I have 3 removal options, 2 Stealth Rock users, a lot more priority than last season. I have only Conkeldurr with Mach Punch, I think. And yeah, so I'm pretty happy with my team this season. We'll see how well it goes overall because I think weather is very underutilized, especially in the draft league, and I was basically able to grab everything I wanted uncontested. So it is a solid team, and we'll see how solid it ends up versus certain opponents and how people are going to plan to counter it. So, pseudo Trick Room Sun team. We'll see how well that works out in the long run because it's gonna be interesting, to say the least. So, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something on how to draft, like my thought process behind each pick in that specific order. Because I didn't pick my high tier stuff first. Well, I did pick my G-Max first, but my S tier I waited for 4th and stuff like that. So you can see, depending on what other people pick, what you want to prioritize. I felt like Volcarona had a higher chance of being taken in Azumarill, so I grabbed that first, and then I definitely wanted Porygon too, so I grabbed that third. So you just have to mold your picks around what you think is you want to use the most, and it's going to be most beneficial to you in the long run. So that's that. So thank you for watching, and I wish you luck in your draft leagues.